5 or 6 minute cue before we end. Okay, tell me when. Hi everyone, I'm Jeri Miller. I'm over here at Peninsula Wellness on Mount Herman Road in Salisbury, Maryland. Last month we were at my location, Jeri Miller Yoga and Fitness on Riverside Drive in Salisbury. So sometimes we'll be shooting here, sometimes we'll there, maybe we'll end up somewhere else. So today is June the 9th. I just had to check myself, even though I've been at work since 6 o'clock. And this month is finishing up or getting towards the end of spring. So we see a lot of things popping up, all good stuff, new growth, plants, our fruits and vegetables are coming to fruition. So today's practice for the month of July is about growing, about changing. And we do that by finding some ground in parts of our life. And then we come up maybe with a plan for ourselves, and then we put that plan into action, and then hopefully we can grow and make the changes. So today's practice is going to be a little more, maybe you could use the term movement oriented. Maybe some of you may find it, maybe it's a little aggressive, but take the time and listen to me and do what you can. Listen to your body. If it's too much, back off or modify it, or maybe just take a break. So taking the time to know as we grow that we need to grow in a good way without injuring ourselves. It's all possible. All of us can set some goals for ourselves. I had a client earlier, actually it was Darby, he was in the studio. We've been working on some really progressive positions, handstands, inversions, and he is able to do it because he's physically able, but he's also mentally able. 6 months ago, that would have been a different story. So he's in a progressive, we're setting goals, and we can do that with the little stuff too. It doesn't have to be something that's so upside down and may scare people, because all of us can't go upside down. We're not gonna be doing that today, I promise you we're not. We're doing headstands, handstands. We're gonna do like a regular yoga flow practice. It's gonna be movement oriented, and we're gonna get started right here. So I'm sitting in a rooted position or a grounded position of a cross-legged pose, or maybe part of a lotus pose. Some of you may be able to cross your leg over the top. My hips say no. I'm also sitting on a rolled up mat, which is a good place to sit, where sometimes if your sit bones or your back just isn't feeling like you want to sit flat on the floor today, where you can elevate, and that's gonna allow me or you to come forward some, so it makes my back and my hips and my knees feel better. So sitting cross-legged, or maybe your legs are extended out, we're just gonna sit here and place our palms and our hands on the inside of our thighs. We're gonna let the shoulders drop away from the ears and kind of wiggle into whatever position it is. Rest your eyes and just focus on your breath right now. Feeling the breath that comes and goes that you came into your yoga practice with today. Just inhaling and exhaling just in a normal manner. And then maybe just move your head a little bit side to side. My eyes don't feel like being closed, so I'm opening my eyes, so always giving your permission to make that change. So if I say close your eyes and you don't feel like closing your eyes, then guess what? We don't do that. And then maybe bring the chin to the chest and the eyes to the ceiling. Make sure you're not throwing the head back and creating like a whiplash position. We need to take care of our spine and keep everything in alignment. And then just sit tall right here. Bring your hands to your heart center right here. Let's open our eyes and inhale deeply through our nose into the bellies of our body. And then exhale through the nose, releasing that with that big full diaphragmatic breath. Let's do 10 cycles of that. So that was 10 of my breaths, so hopefully you're almost finished. I'm going to release my arms out to the side, bring them back over my head with a big inhale, interlace them together, and press my palms to the sky. Reach up, stretch out of the shoulders and the chest. Just reach, breathe, and stretch here. And then we're going to exhale that down with our arms. I'm going to move my mat out of the way and find my hands and knees somewhere in the center of my mat. We're going to create that really good alignment. I always like to do a bunch of spinal health with our cat-cow flow. Lining your hands up under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Finding your breath as you exhale into cat and inhale cow. Waking up your back muscles and your belly muscles. And let's release into tabletop. Separate the knees, bring the hips back towards the heels. Maybe they can meet the heels, maybe not. Flex through the knees. Stack your hands for now and go ahead and place your forehead on the top of a stack of hands and find your first child pose right now. We're going to take 5 full breaths here. And your next inhale, come back into tabletop. We're going to reach through the left arm and the right leg to find spinal balance with a big inhale. Exhale that down. Like I said, we're going to move and breathe and grow and change today. So stepping it up a little bit, creating movement with breath right away. And then we're going to give ourselves another rest in the child pose. So if you need to stack 2 hands, stack 2 hands, but we're going to take it down to 1 hand down and just reach the other hand out in front. So giving another variation of child pose with supporting the head and the neck here. And just taking 5 full breaths here. And then we'll return back into tabletop. Let's tuck our toes under, lift our knees up, start lifting up the heels, lift up the hips, and press through the hands, creating like a roof line. I like to use that as a term of reference for my clients. Of when you're in downward facing dog, you kind of look like a roof here. You don't have to be even on each side because our limbs are different sizes, but we're going to be a nice, like a triangular roof line here. And then we're going to walk our dog by pressing one heel down and then the other. And then we're going to stop right there in center. Separate your feet so your pinky toes are maybe touching the edge of your mat. And then give your knees a big bend and press your heels down and let your chest come back towards your legs a little bit. Open the chest and breathe here. On your next inhale, walk your feet so they're about hip width apart and take a big inhale, shift into a full plank. And then we can bring our knees down into a kneeling plank. And just briefly, we're just going to catch 2 breaths here into child pose. Maybe your body's feeling warmed up. Mine is. I can bring my forehead to the mat now. If you need to go back to a stack of 1 or 2, feel free to do that. And then we're going to take a big inhale, come up into a kneeling plank. So think about drawing a line from the back of your head to the back of your legs where your knees are bent, and that's a straight line. So we've got maybe 1 roof line here. So we're going to exhale into crocodile, inhale into cobra, exhale child pose. We're not staying in child pose. That's a sun salutation. We're going to inhale kneeling plank, exhale crocodile. Draw the arms in. Inhale, lift the chin high, open the chest into cobra. Exhale, child pose. Let's just stay here and do a few more. So always doing what you can, what you feel safe to do, what your body is telling you to do. And when you get tired, give yourself a check into child pose. Don't allow yourself to go to the point of failure. That's not positive. But we want you to get tired. We want you to create change in your body and get stronger and gain more endurance, strength, and flexibility. And then we're going to settle back in, maybe wiggle your hips side to side and rest your forehead either on the mat or on a stack of 1 or 2 hands. And we're going to breathe 5 full, deep, diaphragmatic breaths here. And it's time to move again. So we're going to come up into tabletop. We're going to tuck those toes under, lift those high, hips high, and heels dropping down into your down dog. We're going to work on a 3-legged dog flow here. I like to bring my feet closer together when I'm doing this. You may not. We're going to inhale, lift the left heel up. Pull the toes to the shins. Exhale that leg down. Inhale the right leg up. See if you can press evenly through your hands. Exhale down. So finding that balance is sometimes difficult. But we can find it. We just keep practicing and working on it, setting a nice obtainable goal for ourselves, knowing your body well enough that you know what you probably are able to do at this point in your life or what you're not able to do, and keeping in the realm of being safe. So keeping your practice of whatever it is, yoga, or maybe it's running or cycling, keeping your practice in a safe way. So that's going to take us at the end of that 3-legged dog flow. Press the heels down, and we're going to rest in down dog or child pose. And then we're going to inhale, shift into plank. We're going to take our feet and kind of walk up our mat until each foot is behind each wrist and arm and hand. So we're about hip width apart. Going to bend your legs and power up into mountain pose. Going to hold that high, lift the head high, open the chest, maybe reach the arms up and over and behind the head somewhat, and then exhale, circle the arms down into chair. We're going to inhale back up. We're going to circle those down and around into chair. We're going to inhale up. We're going to do a few more cycles of this. Remember, we're moving today. Lots of movement. And then we stay at the bottom of chair, ground your hands. I call that like bottoms up. Maybe bring the hands to the tops of your feet and hang up and fold. So giving yourself a little balance work here in this inversion. So we're upside down. And breathe here. You can straighten your knees as much as you like, or you can bend them as much as you like here. Let's re-ground our hands. So we're talking about grounding here, or rooting down and having a good base to work off of. We're going to step back with the right foot, and then the left foot into a plank, and then exhale into down dog. Let's inhale into plank, Exhale, walk on your hands back towards your feet. Bend your legs and give yourself a big power up into a big tall mountain. We're going to come to the center of our mat and face in an open hip position into a star position. So think of yourself as 5 points of arm, head, and 2 legs. Those are your 5 points today. Your feet are grounded into the mat. You're finding your center of gravity where it is near your hips. We're going to exhale down into sun pose and inhale up into star. We're going to do a few more of those. And then we're going to stop at the top of the star and change that to a sunflower flow, kind of hinging forward gracefully and softly, and then back up to a big star. Exhale down and inhale up. And then we're going to get to the top, and then we're going to do a moonflower. So we're going to open the chest here, shoot those fingertips back up into star. Exhale down. Inhale up. This is a nice, awesome chest opener. And we're going to stop at the top of this star and bring the hands down to the heart. We're going to do a little flow of this so you're going to have some flexibility to work on what you want to work on, meaning picking a combination or just doing a series of these. So you've got sunflower, you've got moonflower, and you have sunflower. So doing a random selection of those, or maybe setting a pattern, that's what we're going to do now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the 3 of them for a few times. You can set them up in any order, but we're just going to move and breathe with these large muscle groups right now. So we're going to exhale down and inhale up. Exhale down and inhale up. This gives you a little bit of time sometimes when you practice yoga to give yourself some flexibility in your practice of doing things maybe how you would like to do them, or maybe one of these poses isn't real suitable for you today. And we're going to stop at the top. We're going to turn up to the top end of our mat, step forward, and drop into a big chair pose. Ground your hands, step back into a plank, and then exhale, down dog. Let's stay here and just breathe and regather ourselves and get our downward dog adjusted. Then inhale, sweep your left leg up. Take the left leg and step forward. We're going to pivot around our back foot into warrior 1. We're going to exhale the hands down, back into down dog. We're going to inhale, sweep the right leg up. Step forward with the right foot. Inhale up into warrior 1. Exhale down into down dog. We're going to add a little bit to this. We're going to inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Whoopsie. Inhale back into warrior 1. Exhale your hands down into down dog. And then we're going to inhale into that kneeling plank and give yourself a sun salutation of crocodile, cobra, and child pose. Take a big inhale, come up to tabletop. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. Pull the knee to the chest, step forward into warrior 1. Exhale, open into warrior 2. And then we'll inhale back into warrior 1. Exhale, reground your hands, pivot on your left foot, step back into down dog. Inhale into kneeling plank. Exhale, crocodile. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, child pose. That's a lot of yoga right there. So we just have to hang on, do what we can, and be happy with what we can do today. Let's just stay and breathe right here. You should feel an increased respiration rate, heart rate. I'm feeling it as I'm moving and I'm talking, so mine's a little bit more elevated than normal. Do 3 more full breaths here. And then we're going to do 1 more big set of poses and movement of flow of vinyasa. We're going to take a big inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep your left leg up. Exhale, knee to the chest, step forward with your left foot. Come into crescent lunge. Open into warrior two. Come into extended angle, reaching up, back into warrior two, into crescent lunge. Exhale the hands down. Step back into down dog. We're going to do a sun salutation here. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, crocodile. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child pose. We're going to hit that other side while we're feeling it. Inhale, up into tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Pull the right knee to the chest, step forward. Big crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended angle. Exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, the hands down into down dog. And then one more sun salutation here. Kneeling plank, crocodile, cobra, and child pose. And then we're going to rest here. Always remember that rest, if any part of any physical or mental activity, is just as important as the activity. So that's all part of our wellness, of letting our bodies rest, letting our minds rest, giving ourselves proper nourishment, along with several other things. So let's just stay here and rest a little bit longer. And then we're going to come back into tabletop. We're going to come to our back, because I always like to work lots of ab work and back work. It keeps our core strong. We usually do bridges at the beginning, but we're doing them towards the end. We're going to inhale up for bridge, exhale down. Inhale, lift, driving through your strong glutes and your hips, lifting and lowering with the breath. And then we're going to bring that down. We're going to pull the left knee to the chest, extend the right leg out, lift the head and shoulders up, and then lift your hands and place them behind your neck. We're going to twist and let the inside of the right elbow where it's bent come towards the inside of the left leg. And then we're going to switch and twist the other way. I'm going to kind of do a horizontal bicycle here. Make sure you're breathing and not holding your breath. We're moving, we're not holding anything. Feeling those abs, they're quite alive. The lower your leg is as you extend it out, the more difficult it is. So if we want to take it up, then ease things. We want our legs to be up. If we want to maybe challenge ourselves and create a little more fatigue, then we can lower our legs and maybe twist towards the outside of the leg instead of the inside. And then we'll stop and center. Bring the head and shoulders down. Open your body up to a T. Separate your feet. Let your knees fall to the left side. Falling to the left side with the knees, turning the head and looking down towards the right pinky finger on that other side of the T. Now's the time to really dig deep into that deep, full breath. On the exhale, allow your body to kind of soften and release any of the tension, and let the heart rate and the respiration rate come down and start returning to whatever our normal is. Then on your next inhale, bring your knees to center, your head to center. Let your knees go to the right and turn your head to the left and look down your left pinky finger. Breathing fully and deeply, releasing into a softer place on your exhalation. And then we'll inhale to center. Hug both knees to your chest. Draw the right foot down, extend the left leg up. You can reach behind the thigh or behind the calf. Do not reach and hold around the knee joint. And we're going to give ourselves a nice, easy split stretch here. Relax your left foot here. Wiggle through your toes. And just feel that hamstring stretching as you've created this really great bind with your hands and arms as levers here. Release your hands and see if you can hold that leg there, then lower the left foot to meet the right, and then we'll hug the right knee to the chest. Reach behind the leg, extend the leg up. Free the toes and the foot here. Make sure you're staying away from the knee on this side as well, holding on to the thigh or the lower leg. And then releasing the hands, the bind, and bringing the feet down to the mat. Take a big inhale, stretch your arms all the way over your head. Stretch and breathe here, elongate your body. And go ahead and place your body in a really nice, comfortable position on your back, where your body is soft and relaxed. I'm going to sit up. You guys can just listen here as I close our session today. Thank all of you that have joined us. I hope that that was a good practice for you as you were finding some ground and rooting and planning in and growing. Remember, if you want to grow in life and change, then you have to have a plan or an activity, and you've got to get your mind in the right position to activate that plan. We all can be better at whatever it is we're doing. So I want to thank Peninsula Wellness for today. We are here at the facility. Come and see them for all your wellness needs. These videos are out there. They've got a plethora, all kinds of cool videos. They've done podcasts. And I'm Jeri Miller at Jam Studios. And I will see you next month. We'll be in July. So look and see what's in the forecast there. Brandon will post something at some point in the near future on what area we're moving in. So have a great rest of June. And I will see you in the summer. Thank you.